There is breaking news. President Trump will be in Pittsburgh in just 3 days, and his upcoming visit is already making waves across the city. Good evening. We have now learned a dozen schools will close on Wednesday to ensure student safety.
President Trump will be arriving in Pittsburgh right around the time that students are getting out of school. John Shumway joins us live from the convention center where the president will be speaking. John.
Yeah, several days ago, public safety asked the schools to take a look at their schedules, concerned about the students trying to travel through while the president was here. Pittsburgh Public Schools looked at that and identified the 12 schools whose students actually would be traveling through the area where the president will be coming through. And those are the schools they have decided to close. 48 hours from now, the president will be wheels up out of Pittsburgh. But the anticipation is the effects of his visit will still be being felt even at this hour. First responders have seen this show before. Same convention, same speaker in 2016, same protesters. So to minimize issues, they're hoping,
if at all possible, employers to either have employees work from home or possibly have those employees leave early.
For the president's Wednesday afternoon arrival, 10th Street underneath the convention center will close at midnight tomorrow. Then the pedestrian traffic around the convention center gets sealed off at 4 a.m. and at 9 o'clock comes the big shutdown, including
10th Street bypass all the way along up to the convention center, wrapping around the convention center to Smallman Street.
Which means you will not be able to come off the Portal Bridge or the Fort Duquesne Bridge down onto the 10th Street bypass. Instead, you'll be detoured up to Fort Duquesne Boulevard throughout the day, and police will be at the intersections to keep things moving.
There's only so much asphalt, so there's going to be some backup.
So if you're Strip District bound, have the trip done by 9 a.m.
If you don't need to travel in that area, don't.
And if you have no option,
this is a great day to not forget your ID, both your ID plus your work ID.
While the president speaks, protesters will be outside. You'll probably never see them, and Pittsburgh police will give them a lot of latitude to a point. Traffic blocking will be minimized.
There's not going to be any long-term blockage.
And that's our concern. If you jam up those roads, people can't go anywhere. Emergency vehicles can't get anywhere.
The president's arrival is expected around 2:30, but his departure is expected in the neighborhood of 5 o'clock.
I can just tell you this, as soon as we can get the president out of town, the faster it will be for other people to get out as well.
And again, the president will be speaking inside the convention center. Most of the protesters will be out here in the Penn Avenue area, and the police are adamant that they want to keep Penn Avenue open throughout. They might put up with an occasional blockage, but they're not going to tolerate a lot because they do need to keep this area open so people can get through. But again, I want to emphasize, especially in the morning, 9 a.m. is when they're closing the 10th Street bypass. So if you got to get into town, make sure you're at your destination before 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. We'll have a lot more for you coming up as the visit approaches. Live downtown, John Shumway, KDKA News.
And here's a look at the 12 Pittsburgh public schools that will be closing on Wednesday. They are listed on your screen, and they include Alderdice, Carrick, Obama, and Westinghouse.